Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to look at the classic, the Buck 110. I had it facing that way because this is the 50-year anniversary knife. We'll kind of go over the specs of this one and stuff, but the 110 Folding Hunter is an icon in the knife design world. This knife launched 1,000 other knife makers to make a knife almost exactly like this one. And we're going to talk about some 110 alternates. Uh, this one here, just to go over this one real quick. This has this is before they started using the ebony. This is the diamond wood, which is, I think, Macassar ebony and some resin to strengthen it. Uh, Anyways, we're looking at a 3 3/4 inch clip point, 420 HC, stainless steel, and weighs about 7.2 ounces and is 5 inches closed. Uh, what this knife, when they designed it back in the early 60s, was meant to do was that they were thinking that American hunters, instead of, putting on a fixed blade, would prefer to carry a folding blade that, with this lockback mechanism, made it just about as sturdy as a fixed blade. And no one will argue that these have a very strong lockup, and they're just a great all-around hunting knife. They're a great day-to-day knife, EDC wise, if you don't mind wearing one in a pouch, because it's really kind of big for pocket carry. But this guy, like I said, launched 1,000 imitations. An alternate that I have for it would be this Buck Lite. Now, this is no longer made. They make a Buck 110 Slim, and they are fairly inexpensive. I really should pick one up to compare with this one. But as you can see, this is very much like the Buck 110. This is like the finger groove model. This is the 426, and I got this back in the mid 80s. It's the same blade as the 110, so the same 420 HC. The difference that you're getting in this is that you're going from 7.2 ounces for this guy down to 3.4 ounces for this. So you're getting a fully sized, fully functional knife that's capable of everything, but at a fraction of the weight. So it's really kind of a very cool blade in that way. It's certainly will save your side if you're carrying one on your side. But another company that will go ahead and put this in there would be this Kershaw, the folding field, the 1050. This also has finger grooves, brass and phenolic resin handle. We're looking at a blade that's 3 1/8 inch. This is a drop point, and it is made of Aus-8 steel. 4 3/4 inches closed, but this guy is chunkier than even the 110, because these come in at about 8.5 ounces. So they are solid. I don't know if it's because of the brass or if it's the resin handles, but this is a chunky dude. But the finger grooves fit my fingers just fine, and that's the one thing I do like about them. They are pretty nice and wide, so I think they'll fit a pretty large cross section of people's hands. Has some nice jimping on top. Definitely a very cool blade. One that unfortunately is out of production. It was the flagship model for Kershaw for a long time. I picked this one up back in I think 82. It was right when I was a senior in high school, or right getting out of high school, one or the other. But I've had it for all these years. Still one of my favorite knives, and I do like this one. We'll set him up here. Of course, with all the Christmas decorations, I have to kind of angle the camera up a little bit higher, and so that kind of makes it to where everybody's just a little bit crushed up there. I guess I could move everything back, but then I'd need an arm extension to reach the table. You guys know how that is. Anyways, one that's been on my lives that is a really cool knife is this KBAR 3189, which, surprise, surprise, does have a name, and it's called the Folding Hunter. I mean, that is a perfect name for it, I think. Anyways, what we're looking at here is you have a blade that comes with thumb studs, ambidextrous. You got some nice jimping on top, and it has a pocket clip. We're looking at a blade that is 3.8 inches, a clip point, and the steel is 5CR15. It has G10 covers. You're getting 8.8 inches overall length, and it's got a lanyard hole. If you are into putting a lanyard on your knives, we'll see, you can see Santa. Let's see if we can get one of his eyeballs. There you go, Santa. Look, are we being good? There you go. Anyways, this is a really cool knife because weight-wise, again, it's going to be less than the 110. I actually am looking at my notes here, and you know what? I didn't get the weight on it, so I'm going to have to go back and find that. I'll put it in the description if I find it. But this is a really handy knife, nice big grip. I mean, anybody should be able to get a nice grip onto this guy. It is made in China, and this is based on KBAR's 1189 model that they had back in the day that had wood covers, and it came with a leather sheath. So they made the 3189 to kind of honor that heritage and to put this knife out, but to put like some modern EDC functionality on it and update it, you know, so that's why you have the G10 thumb studs and the pocket clip, which makes it really a very cool knife. I like it. It's really been a lot of fun just messing around with it. We'll see if we can fit everybody in here. Now, this last one that I have to show you is from Marbles. This is at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and this one is their brown linen micarta medium lockback. So this guy's actually about the size of a buck 112, but you're looking at a 3.4 inch blade, 440A stainless. It's got this nice acid wash finish on it. It's 4.5 inches closed, but it comes up with this nice swell at the bottom for your pinky. It's 7.8 inches overall, and it comes with a nylon sheath. And we're going to look at the sheath on this one and for all the rest, because this Marbles has a problem that a lot of knives that have a sheath have today, and that is that their nylon sheath, although it's pretty good, it's got the little extra metal reinforcement there and stuff, this knife is way too small for it. And you can see it moves side to side, and you got tons of rattle. Now, it won't fall out unless you were to hang it upside down on your belt. This would fall right out. But it's just basically, this is just a pocket. And I was going to show some of the other sheaths that come with these knives. So like for our Kershaw 1050, it had this nice leather sheath, and we'll put this guy in there, and nothing. It's not gonna, you're not gonna hear anything at all. Really well constructed, really nice leather. They really did a good job on that one. And let's look at the the Buck 110. Now it doesn't ride in this sheath at all, so we'll see how it does. Yeah, again, no shake, no rattle, no nothing. And that's how they should, that's how a sheath should be. You should not get this. That just shouldn't be a thing. But I think it's like they use one sheath for many different knives. Now, of course, this one also will have 0 sheath rattle because it has a pocket clip. So there you go. This guy here had a completely different kind of sheath. In keeping with the lightweight theme, it came with this nylon pouch. Now you can see it says Buck there, and it just was Velcro at the top. But you can put this guy in there, and you can hear it move around in there, but it's not anything like that. So sorry if that's an annoying noise. I really apologize for that. But anyways, that's kind of where we're going with these Buck 110s and their alternatives. I hope that this is helpful for people that like 110s, or you want to have a 110-like collection. I kind of do. There's some knives I want to get that I can mention, like the Uncle Henry's. They have their LB7s. I think that's about the same size as the 110. This marble certainly fits in that category. But we're just talking about a large single blade hunting knife that is a lockback. And I think that these are all kind of fit in that same category, that same type of a knife. And I really think that that's the beauty, really, of the 110, is that not only, like I said, not only did it rock the entire knife world, but then it just made so many other competitors have to step up their game and make a knife that was, similar to this, and try to make it to where, they could compete with this knife. And it's stood the test of time. I think that the 110 is going to be in production for a long, long time. Anyways, that's about all I have for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of knife history, a little bit of, checking out some different knives. Certainly the folding hunter knife pattern in traditionals and the folding lockback hunters, really interesting knives. And they're just a lot of fun to own, a lot of fun to use, a lot of fun to collect. One thing's for sure is I'd like to get some more 110s. Like I said, I'd like to get the 110 Slim. I'd like to get a custom 110, similar to what John at Thrifty Kniffy had. I think that the elk stag 110s are just absolutely beautiful. I hope one day to add one to my collection. Like I said, the LB7s, the case, the hammerheads and the Makos, I'd like to check those guys out too. Don't have either of those, and they certainly fit into this category. So a lot of cool stuff out there. And as you can see, being a knife collector never ends. And there's probably about 10 knives I didn't even mention that I'm sure you guys can let me know in the comments what your favorite variation of the 110, or what alternates to the 110 that you want to share, that you like the most. That would be cool. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.